You have likely experienced this before. You speak calmly, yet your words are ignored. You explain yourself clearly, yet others interrupt you, dismiss you, or test your limits. You begin to wonder if respect is something that must be demanded louder, defended aggressively, or proven endlessly through achievement. Most people believe respect comes from dominance, from fast responses, or from always having the right argument ready. That belief is flawed. The truth is uncomfortable. The more you chase respect, the less authority you project. The more you explain yourself, the weaker your position appears. Respect is not created by force, it is created by restraint. Stoicism understood this long before modern psychology gave it language. Stoic philosophy teaches that authority begins internally. When you are not ruled by emotion, urgency, or the need for approval, your presence changes. Your words land differently. Your silence carries weight. You stop trying to be impressive, and you become unignorable. In this video, you will learn 5 phrases. They are simple. They are calm. They are not manipulative or loud. Yet when spoken correctly, they alter how people treat you. One of these phrases, especially the 4th, will feel uncomfortable at first. That discomfort is exactly why it works. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Respect follows the same rule. It is not negotiated through words, but expressed through character. Seneca reminded us that power belongs to the one who governs himself. Epictetus taught that no one can insult you unless you accept the insult. Stoic authority is quiet. It does not rush. It does not overreact. When your words reflect self-command rather than emotional need, others sense it immediately. The phrases you are about to hear work because they emerge from inner discipline, not performance. Phrase 1, I am comfortable with that decision. This phrase commands respect because it signals finality without aggression. Psychologically, people test boundaries to see where resistance lives. When you appear uncertain, they push. When you over-explain, they search for cracks. But when you state comfort with your choice, the testing stops. There is nothing to argue against. From a Stoic perspective, this phrase reflects acceptance of what lies within your control. Marcus Aurelius emphasized that your judgments are yours alone. When you say you are comfortable with a decision, you communicate that your judgment is settled. You are not seeking validation. You are not inviting debate. You are standing with yourself. In real life, this might appear during work negotiations, family expectations, or social pressure. Someone questions why you declined an invitation or refused an offer. Instead of justifying, you calmly say you are comfortable with your decision. The tone matters. There is no defensiveness, no apology, just quiet certainty. This reinforces calm authority because it places you psychologically above the conflict. You are not resisting the other person. You are simply unmoved by their pressure. Seneca warned that the person who needs approval becomes a slave to opinion. This phrase breaks that chain. When spoken slowly and without tension, it signals emotional independence. People may disagree, but they will respect the stability behind your words. Stability always commands attention. Phrase 2, that does not work for me. This phrase is powerful because it establishes a boundary without hostility. Psychologically, many people rely on guilt, obligation, or urgency to override your preferences. When you say something does not work for you, you refuse the emotional frame they are trying to impose. Stoicism teaches that your time and energy are finite resources. Epictetus advised choosing carefully where you place your attention, because attention is life itself. This phrase reflects that wisdom. It does not accuse, it does not defend. It simply states reality from your position. In practical terms, this phrase is useful when someone asks for more than you are willing to give. Extra work, emotional labor, or personal favors often come disguised as expectations. Instead of saying yes out of discomfort, you calmly state that it does not work for you. What gives this phrase authority is its neutrality. There is no emotional charge. You are not saying the request is wrong. You are saying it is incompatible with your standards. That distinction removes conflict while preserving self-respect. Seneca wrote that he is most powerful who has power over himself. By using this phrase, you demonstrate that you are not controlled by external pressure. Others may not like the answer, but they will adjust their behavior. Calm boundaries teach people how to treat you without confrontation. Phrase 3, I will think about it. This phrase commands respect because it interrupts urgency. Psychologically, urgency is a tool of manipulation. When someone pushes for immediate answers, they are often trying to bypass your judgment. Saying you will think about it reclaims time, which is power. Stoicism values deliberation over reaction. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily to pause before responding. This phrase embodies that pause. It signals that you do not make decisions under pressure. You decide when clarity arrives, not when others demand it. In real situations, this phrase is essential during negotiations, emotional conversations, or unexpected requests. Instead of agreeing or refusing instantly, you create space. That space allows you to respond rather than react. The authority of this phrase lies in its restraint. You are not rushed. You are not flattered. You are not threatened. You remain centered. People respect those who cannot be hurried because they appear grounded and self-directed. Epictetus taught that freedom comes from mastering desire and aversion. When you delay a response, you show mastery over both. You are not desperate for approval, nor fearful of conflict. You are deliberate. Over time, people learn that your decisions are thoughtful and firm. They stop attempting to corner you. Silence and patience become part of your reputation. That reputation carries quiet power. Phrase 4. I do not see it that way. This phrase commands respect because it asserts independent judgment. Psychologically, many conversations are battles for narrative control. When you immediately agree or argue emotionally, you give up leverage. This phrase refuses both submission and escalation. Stoicism teaches that your perception shapes your experience. Marcus Aurelius wrote that things themselves do not disturb us, only our judgments about them. When you state that you see something differently, you assert ownership over your perception. In practice, this phrase is useful during disagreements, criticism, or attempts to shame you. Instead of defending yourself emotionally, you calmly state that your view differs. There is no need to convince. There is no need to win. What gives this phrase authority is its composure. You are not invalidating the other person. You are simply standing in your own perspective. That calm divergence unsettles those who rely on emotional reactions. Seneca warned against surrendering your inner court to others. This phrase keeps judgment where it belongs, within you. People may press further, but the dynamic has shifted. You are no longer reacting. You are observing. When delivered steadily, this phrase communicates self-trust. Self-trust is visible. It signals that you are not easily swayed, not rigid. That balance earns respect even from those who disagree. Phrase 5. This conversation is no longer productive. This phrase commands respect because it ends engagement without hostility. Psychologically, many conflicts persist because one person refuses to disengage. When emotions rise, logic disappears. This phrase restores control by naming reality. Stoicism teaches withdrawal from what harms inner stability. Epictetus advised walking away from situations that compromise your character. This phrase is an expression of that discipline. In real life, this phrase is used when discussions turn repetitive, disrespectful, or emotionally charged. Instead of escalating, you calmly state that the conversation is no longer productive. You do not attack the person, you address the process. The authority of this phrase lies in its decisiveness. You are not asking permission to leave the interaction. You are informing. That distinction matters. Seneca wrote that peace of mind is achieved by choosing when not to engage. This phrase reflects that choice. It shows that you value clarity over chaos. When used sparingly and sincerely, this phrase reshapes how people interact with you. They realize that access to your attention is conditional on respect and reason. That realization changes behavior more effectively than anger ever could. These phrases command respect because they align inner discipline with outward expression. They establish boundaries without aggression and confidence without arrogance. Psychologically, people respect those who are emotionally regulated because they feel unpredictable pressure dissolves around them. Stoicism teaches that self-respect precedes external respect. When you honor your time, judgment, and emotional state, others sense it. These phrases communicate that you are not easily moved by guilt, urgency, or validation seeking. They work because they are consistent. Each phrase reflects the same core principle: control what is yours and release what is not. Your tone remains steady, your posture remains calm, There's no performance. Over time, this consistency builds a reputation. People stop testing you. They listen more carefully, not because you are loud, but because you are clear. Clarity is rare, and rarity commands respect. You are not meant to dominate conversations. You are meant to govern yourself. Stoicism never promised popularity. It promised freedom. The freedom to speak without fear. The freedom to remain silent without weakness. The freedom to walk away without guilt. These phrases are not scripts to impress others. They are expressions of an inner posture built through discipline, reflection, and restraint. When your words reflect that posture, respect follows naturally. Remember what Marcus Aurelius reminded himself in moments of tension. You always have the option of not reacting. That option is strength. That option is dignity. Practice these phrases slowly. Use them when they are true. Do not overuse them. Authority grows through consistency, not repetition. Let your calm become familiar. Let your boundaries become known. If this way of thinking resonates with you, remain here. This channel is not about motivation. It is about alignment. Alignment between thought, speech, and action. If you choose to, leave a comment sharing which phrase challenged you most. Subscribe to Anonymous Achiever if you value disciplined thinking over noise. Walk forward quietly. Those who matter will notice.